All right, Kellen again here in the Thunderdome at the Intergalactic headquarters in Austin, Texas. What I've got laid out in front of me is basically one of our fixed screens. And right now this fixed screen is set up to receive any of our materials that use our snap attachment. Okay. What I wanted to do is kind of show you how awesome our attachment hardware is and what the differences between the screens are. So the only difference between a 3, 5, and 7 series fixed screen is basically the material and the attachment hardware. Okay, so most of the 3 and 5 series screen materials are going to use snaps. In the 5 series material, you've got the Maestro and you've got the short throw. Those will use a different attachment system. In the 7 series, you've got the Black Diamond fixed. That uses a different attachment system than these snaps. So what I'm going to do with this frame right here is, you can see I've already loosened up the corners, and all I'm going to do is slide out the snaps, and I'm going to replace them with posts. And so you can see here I've got my posts, and I'm basically going to switch these out real quick. Now for this particular screen, I know that my vertical attachment count is going to be 7, so I'm just going to slide in 7 posts. Hardware kit's the same as the 3 and 5 series fixed. The only thing that changes, of course, is the attachment hardware. So snaps and bungees. And we're just gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna lock this in semi-tight. All right, now I'm going to check for squareness. So one of the biggest differences is on the Black Diamond material. You can see that it is actually wrapped on the outside of the tube versus being inside of the tube. Reason for this is because of the nature of the material. This material needs a rigid surface to be on instead of being inside of a tube to where it can get loose and unroll. So the big key to this material is you need to be very, very careful with it. Any type of impact, any type of dents or anything like that to the outside of the packaging can possibly damage the interior of the screen. The other big thing too is do not use blades to open this. Just like on the PVC based materials, if you use a blade to open this, you can possibly cut the material while you're unboxing it. The foam is going to be facing towards the ground. The viewing side of the material, once you unroll it, will also be facing down towards the ground. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this material right on top of this frame. And when I'm unrolling it, I'm just paying attention to the material. I want it to roll out perfectly flat. You don't want to see any type of kinks or anything in this material. If it kinks, the material will basically put an indentation in the material and it's toast. I'm going to grab the bands and I'm basically going to start attaching these the bands. I'm going to run them through the holes, and I'm going to attach them to the posts that are pre-installed into the frame. The one thing I do want to point out on the Black Diamond material, something to keep in mind, on your corners. So your corner hole right here in the material, you're actually going to have 2 bungees that are going to go through the corner hole. Okay, so you'll have one post here in your vertical and one post in your horizontal, and then you're going to have one bungee that attaches to the vertical, one bungee that attaches to the horizontal. The proper way is to basically go through, and then you're going to pull. Have 2 loops. All right, so now I've got all of my bands attached. Now I'm just doing one final check, just going through to make sure that everything's at 90-degree angles. I'm also just checking to make sure that my material is nice and evenly distributed throughout the frame. So we got the screen all assembled. It's looking great. Now it's time to hang it up onto the mounts and then remove the pre-mask, and the screen will be ready for you to watch. Obviously, I'm gonna need help with this. So my man, oh wait, that's Blake, that's not Robin.
Now the screen's built, I'm happy to help.